Isaac from IW Outdoors, and to start today's video, I wanted to give you a disclaimer on a couple things about this turtle. I just finished the cleanup. The shell looks good. It's on the wall. You'll see all that at the end of the video. Before we get into it though, there is some graphic content in this video. We are going to be cutting up and butchering out a turtle. So if you don't like seeing blood, skip over it and watch the next video or a previous video on the channel. But I don't want to freak anybody out if you're not looking to see how to clean a turtle or an animal. The second thing I wanted to say is that there is a reason that we caught and killed this snapping turtle. When I was out there the other day, we saw like 4 or 5 of them roaming around this pond. So when I hooked one and I had a weapon to take it out with me, I went ahead and did that. Now this isn't just ruthless killing, there is a purpose with it. We want to protect the bass and fish populations. We want to keep the wildlife in check. That's a big part of what I consider my role as a hunter and a fisher to be, is conservation, making sure that we keep an eye on populations so that we can keep having good fishing experiences in the future. With all of that said, I hope you guys enjoy this snapping turtle meat and shell cleanup video. Brought him in last night and we just cut his head off, hung him here overnight so the blood could drain out. So today we're gonna go through, clean him, get all the meat that we can off of it, and then try to do as much of the shell as we can. So first things first, we gotta get this guy down. I bet this thing weighs a good 30-40 pounds. Easy. We're just gonna shoot a ton of water up in this bad boy. Just run this hose far enough down in there. There we go. Look at that, guys. So that water's sticking in there, filling them up like a balloon. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Cut their claws off, kind of right there around the hands. And then once those are off, it looked like then you can just cut around here and peel the skin back over where that is. So that's what we're gonna do here. We're gonna snip off its claws and then we're gonna cut the skin back over that hole. So we're gonna get to that. All right, so we've got the 4 foot ends, the claws, paws, whatever you want to call them, they're all off. So with those off, now what we should be able to do is cut all the way around where that bottom shell goes. Once again, movement. He is dead. He's just having reflexes here. We should be able to cut all along the bottom of this shell, top of that shell where these skin flaps are, and then just peel the skin back over the haunches and all that stuff. So that's what we're going to do next. Now, we're gonna try to get him out. So now we've got its neck here. Such a weird animal. Honestly, guys, such a weird animal. Get all the good parts that we can out of it in the kitchen later. I can see why people do a soup with turtle, because it's all these like little tiny chunks everywhere. Not a lot of like big strips of meat. It's more of just little chunks here, little chunks there. It's a male. It's a boy. Don't want to touch that. Big old pair of scissors here. So now I just got this shell back. Let's clean out. We're getting close here. Maybe one more here. All right, this should be the final snip. And They are off. So there we go. I don't know, has anybody watching ever cleaned a turtle before? I mean, is there anything I missed in the way I did this? If you got some tips, leave me a comment, leave a link to one of your videos if you got one. I'm interested to know better ways to do this. Also, like recipes. I mean, if you got a turtle recipe, throw that my way, because I'm definitely gonna need to figure out some way to cook this up. These two tools have been as helpful, if not more than that fillet knife. If you're ever cleaning a turtle, get you a pair of like tree trimmers. Knife and a spoon. This is how I'm gonna finish this thing up, I think. I'm gonna try anyways. Look at that. I'd say that's a good clean out. Bad news, everybody. I'm so sorry, but I made a big mistake here when I was getting onto the camera just now. I accidentally deleted the video that showed me washing out the inside of the turtle. Basically, I took a wire pad and I brushed all the moss off the top of the shell. What I did after that, grabbed this little heater and I just set this shell up against the wall, turned the heater on in front of it, and I just let it heat this thing up. And what that did was dry out all of the white film that was on the shell before. And now, like, this thing, I think, is ready to get a clear coat on this side of the shell and then get ready to mount up on our wall. This is what it looks like with one clear coat sitting on it. Pretty good, a nice shine, really brings that green out of it. I'm gonna try to drill a couple of little holes through a thick part here. Ooh, we got one through. Now this stuff is not very heavy. It's like 10-pound test or something, not very thick at all. The other thing to account for is that the shell's gonna be up against the wall, so I need to move this line so that it can kind of hang out sort of like that. All right, everybody, this is the moment of truth, hanging of the shell. And there she is. Boom. You know what? I like it. That turtle shell turned out really, really well. I don't know if the video is going to capture how cool that really looks, but that deep green that came out with that clear coat looks awesome on the wall. The smell's gone, it's clean, we're good to go. Keep an eye out in the future for the turtle cook-up video. I'm either going to be making soup or frying it, maybe doing both, but you're going to want to see what recipe we use and how that food turns out. I don't even know if Taylor will eat it, but I'm definitely going to try to talk her into that. So anyways, we'll see you next time on IW Outdoors.